Hello, my name is Alvin Brown. I'm a tax attorney. I'm with the law firm of Alvin Brown and Associates. The topic today is selecting a tax attorney. Well, the first thing I think the standard ought to be is accountability. If you're looking for someone and they're representing you on something, you need to know that if something doesn't go right, they're accountable to somebody. Attorneys are licensed by bar associations. I'm licensed by a couple of bar associations. I'm a member of some other professional associations and admitted to a lot of the courts. I can't practice law. No attorney can practice law unless they're licensed by their bar association. So if I did anything wrong and they took away my license, I couldn't practice. Well, the reason I'm mentioning the point is that nobody else is accountable. Accountants, including CPAs, are not accountable to the ASCPA. They don't monitor conduct as such. Enrolled agents are not accountable. Bookkeepers are not accountable. Nobody's accountable. So that's the first thing I would say. I want to make sure. We get a lot of clients who got poor service from other people who are supposed to represent them in an Irish tax matter, and unfortunately they were misserved. But what do? Go to court and get their money back? Well, it happens. There's some firms, if you do the research, who have very bad records, and those bad records are reflected in the Better Business Bureau on the web page. There's lots of web pages that talk about mispractices and malpractices by people who represent them. So you need to check up on the people. The other standard to use is really specialty. It's like medicine. The general practitioner isn't going to do brain surgery. They have specialties. Well, in law, there are specialties as well, and you certainly want someone who is skilled and experienced in law as a tax attorney. I had a 27-year career with the Office of the Irish Chief Counsel. And when I was there, I had signature authority. I could sign off on for the IRS on technical positions, on private rulings, on technical advice to district directors, things of that nature. And I had some code responsibility, and I did that for a long period of time. And since then, I worked 2 years as a tax lobbyist after the IRS, and subsequent to that, I just started representing people before the IRS. So I've spent probably at least 40 years as a tax expert, tax lawyer, and I'm sure the wear shows. But anyway, I have a lot of experience. We do this nationally. That is, we represent clients throughout the U.S. We have a lot of U.S. citizens and residents working abroad. On a daily basis, maybe we have people looking at my webpage in 30 to 40 countries, and where we have U.S. people there. So we have clients that live and work abroad, and we help them with their Irish tax matters, and we're specialists in that. Curiously, there are not a lot of law firms that specialize in Irish controversies. We specialize in Irish controversies, and that is, civil and criminal examinations, offers and compromise, levies, liens, anything where we give a lot of opinions, consulting opinions, professionals, payroll tax issues, trust fund penalties, other penalties, statute of limitations. There's whatever the Irish issue is, that's what we work on. So we don't really do any tax planning. It's mostly helping people with current Irish problems, and there's plenty of those that keep us busy. The other thing I wanted to caution you about are what I call factories. You think that you are working with a law firm, and on the other hand, you have a lot of clerks working in that particular factory, and you end up talking to a clerk and you can't reach an attorney. Well, in our law firm, you can call us and you can say, I want to speak to a tax attorney, and we'll take the call. You don't get a room filled with people on, in little cubicles answering phones and selling services on commission. We're a boutique law firm. We have a specialty representing people before the IRS. We do that. We do that very carefully and very thoroughly, and with, I think, high quality of work response. So you want to be also a little aware of the fact that the people who are doing all this major advertising on television, you see them all the time, good Lord, they have to pay for that heavy TV advertising, and you either pay for that advertising with high prices, or they cut back on the services that you get. And I think most of them are not law firms in any event, but that's a classic factory situation. In our law firm, cases are assigned to an attorney. You work with an attorney. You can get advice from an attorney. Also, in our firm, we don't allow our non-attorneys to give legal advice. I mean, they know a lot of things, some things slip out, but they're not supposed to give advice. This is a law firm. Only an attorney can give a legal opinion on something. You can call us at any time and get a free consultation. Those run, 15 minutes to half an hour, but we're very good at kind of giving people guidance. A lot of people are confused. What should we do? How should we resolve it? It's a problem. What do we do? How do we fix it? Since we do this work, and since we do it nationally, and since we do it all the time, we can give you pretty good guidance on what you should be doing and what's the best way to go about to fix a problem. And this is very, very important. We do not accept you as a client unless we know we can help you in a substantial way. So if somebody says, hey, I owe the IRS $150,000, I don't want to pay it, we want to settle it and offer a compromise, that's not the end of it. We will make sure that they qualify for an offer of compromise. We're not going to accept anyone as a client unless we're sure that that large amount of debt can be reduced to the smallest possible amount the IRS will accept. And since we deal with these issues every day, we pretty well know what that's going to be. We can anticipate what the IRS is going to want for settlement, but we also know in advance what's not going to work. So if we think you're top-heavy in assets and we think that the income is more than you need for necessary and reasonable living expenses, we know what the IRS looks at. And so we'll screen you exactly the way the IRS screens you, and we'll come up with a fair approximation of what we think the IRS is going to do, and we're pretty good at it. We work this stuff every day, so we certainly know what the IRS is going to do, how they think, and how they're going to approach a particular problem. So we get a lot of offers and compromise, and we get a lot of work out of the big states, and Texas and Florida and New York and California and so on. Really doesn't, currently we've got a client in India, we've got a client in the UK, we've got clients doing some work for some people in Australia, some Canada. Really doesn't make any difference where you're located. We can help you. And it is fascinating to me that the web page that we have out there, irishtaxattorney.com, is attracting so much attention, and we get good natural placement for it. So thanks for listening. You can reach me directly at 888-712-7690, extension 106. Webpage is irishtaxattorney.com. Call us anytime, and if you have a problem, tell us about it, and we'll evaluate it for you. Thanks very much for listening today.